Hi, this is John Lee, the CEO of Ampligence, and I'm going to tell you about Ampligence. Ampligence is an AI math assistant that helps you learn, communicate, and solve math. We have a pending patent. We have done 400 customer interviews on this to understand the business model. In 2016, we won the second place of Massey Entrepreneur Prize competition at University of Southern California, and immediately following that, we went through the NSF I-Corp national training. Our mission statement is to speed up the world's logical information exchange by orders of magnitude and make the information machine understandable. Our technology has 5 benefits. It is a 10 times faster communication technology that helps people to do math 10 times more efficiently. The accuracy validation is in real time, so it can immediately help your homework as if a graduate professor is watching over your shoulder. So this technology can be used to create automatic homework checking, correction hints, and automatic homework grading. Our asynchronous interactive framework made it easy to create smart homework and smart lectures. Our immutable blockchain is a record to store all the academic record of each student, such that nobody can ever change and alter the data on the blockchain. More than that, the data on blockchain is AI analyzable, which means the hiring HR or the college admission can just scan everybody's academic record with everything on it automatically. And the most important feature is that we help on a personal level, that is step by step. Other technology can only deliver on a problem-by-problem level, and we are only one who can help the students step by step. Personal learning is a huge market. Parents are willing to pay at least $30 an hour for a one-on-one tutor, and there is a $10 billion edtech market. What's the pain for the users? It is very hard to do math. It takes a long time to solve one math problem. And if you make one mistake, it ruins every step. And this is because the lack of immediate feedback on right or wrong. And there are lots of trivial steps that don't really contribute any educational benefits. Our technology, however, checks your homework or any math work step by step in real time that gives you right or wrong feedback. It helps you to skip trivial steps based on your profile. And it also generates hints on demand. This is especially important for research. Here are the list of our competitors. The summary of that is basically, if you want good quality, you need to pay high price. If you pay low price, you get bad quality. Mathematician is the only one who is able to provide all the advantage. Here's one example illustration of our competitor Quirium. Their interface is 10 times slower than ours. My Math Lab is another competitor which I don't consider a competitor because they mark people wrong when they are actually right. Here, right? So our competitive advantage is our data network effect. That basically says more data leads to better algorithm that attracts more consumers, and customers is able to generate even more data, and the feedback loop continues on and on. Because we have the world's fastest data collection technology, it made it 700 times more data than traditional school system, and we can collect 10 times more data than any existing mass data collection technology. So we have a good starting point in this data network effect. The market feedback, students actually say it is addictive after using it. We have a working iPad prototype in the App Store. We enable 16 students at various ages to solve high school to calculus level of problems. We even enable a third grade student to solve basic calculus. The USC Physics Department will help us to run our first pilot program at $60 per student. And 67% of high school students gave me their phone number and sign up saying they want to use our service. Our blockchain technology changes the meaning of big data into long data, which is basically the big data per user. Every user has big data, where traditionally the collective users together have a big data. It keeps a long track record of everything the student does on academic performance, step by step. That's a huge amount of data, detailed data. The validated data is going to be stored on blockchain immutably for education verification purpose. It is more data, therefore it's more accurate, more detailed, and more credible than any testing can provide, including SAT and GRE. We are going to collaborate with USC Physics Department to do a pilot test on the accuracy of the blockchain. Our business model sells to university math and physics departments, and the USC is helping us to run the first pilot program. But after we relocate to St. Louis, we are also going to collaborate with local schools and universities. Basically, the professor is a decision maker, and we help the professor to grade and manage homework digitally and completely automatically to free up the professor from doing the tedious grading work. The professor pays zero. However, the professor has the power to require the student to pay us, just like the professor has the power to require the student to buying a textbook. So the student pays $60, and it's a must buy because it's equivalent of a textbook. And the student is going to get all the real-time immediate help on the intermediate steps. They work on the homework as they work on the homework step by step. What's the pain for the other competitor companies? The one way to summarize that is that math data collection is very slow and very inefficient. Therefore, students are discouraged by data collection, and therefore that encourages students to discard data. So the last resort is to use a multiple choice, which is basically collecting as much as no data, and for the purpose of giving the student a score without knowing what's going on to the student actually. And typing math on keyboard is much harder than writing. If you try, you know what I mean. So, and also math can be correct in many equivalent forms. So existing technology cannot identify and understand all those equivalent forms where we can. So our solution is basically we abandoned the traditional data collection technology and we invented our own patent pending, the fastest math data collection technology. We don't use keyboard, and it's 10 times faster than writing. Here's the overview of the market. So only the richest 10% can afford to pay for a tutor, and that is $1 billion existing market. After we disrupt the market, we are going to make the marginal cost to zero, and therefore everybody can basically participate in this market. And we use a price discrimination model to capture the whole of the market. Here is a breakdown of the market from IB's world, and there's a $400 million online tutoring market, and there's a $980 million for in-person tutoring market. So the combined market is more than $1 billion in size, and before I even disrupt the market. So this is a team. I'm John Lee, the CEO of Ampligence. I'm a PhD in physics at USC, and that is my advisor, Tony. we are still in the process of recruiting more technical teams. Actually, we have many interns we didn't include on this PowerPoint because there are too many of them. So why St. Louis? Our blockchain economy is actually going to enable remote group study. That means students can stay at their home and collaborate as if they are next to each other. This is impossible to do with existing technology. It's only possible with our patent pending mass communication technology. The blockchain economy is going to make it fair for every participant such that nobody can take a free ride with taking unfair advantage of other participants. So this creates the Uber model for tutoring that is going to create a lot of local and non-local jobs in this matter. In fact, because the AI is, if you think of the Uber analogy, AI is doing the automatic driving. So the driver, the so-called driver tutor, doesn't need to know a lot of math in order to be a math tutor. So that's our AI technology. So we are creating a lot of jobs. More importantly, our vision to create Ampligence is to enable low-income students to have access to personal tutors that only rich kids have access to. So in that matter, I believe St. Louis is the excellent starting point for my business. The breakdown of the 50K is like this. We reserve 10K for operations, and we spend all other money on R&D. Because we are an IT company, R&D is the most important aspect. And that is the end of my presentation. Thank you.